Hey, you always got the. Oh,
Huh?
okay.
You about
Yeah.
the background.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Vijñapti. I was just telling Steven that he's always got the biology
Yeah. Oh, in background.
uh,
Yes. This is
banner
always
in the
interesting.
background.
I was in background for you guys to see. You
Yeah.
guys to see always.
Cool. Well, welcome back, Steven.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
good to have you.
Yep.
That's actually pretty fitting for today's episode. We're going to be talking about a chapter on life in a book called The Blind Spot by Evan Thompson and some other guys. I don't have the book cover pulled up. But it's called The Blind Spot: Why Science Cannot Ignore Experience. And yeah, it's a very comprehensive book. They go over like everything. They go over cosmology, they go over like the history of science a little bit. Um, and the chapter that I wanted to discuss with Stephen is specifically focused on biological life and the implications of that for thinking about conscious experience. Now, they didn't really get into like that part too much. I think they talk about it in the next chapter a little bit. But yeah, thought it'd be a good idea to talk to a biologist when we're talking about biology. And
Yep. Yep. Of
I
course.
decided to invite Stephen on. So, Stephen, good to have you back.
Of course. Always gonna be here on the Vijñapti podcast or channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Thanks, man. So yeah, let's just dive in. What did you make of the chapter overall?
It was very informative. Like it's like kind of make you think about life or like living things as a different lens as you always look at it.
Hmm.
Always trying basically it's basically trying to differentiate living versus not living things. Like what's basically how we basically are humans, but we are
Right.
just from like a table or a pillow or whatever we're living. But we kind of made the same most of the same material, but it's something different that basically like distincts us between living and not living.
Hmm.
Also we like how he's talking about like DNA is like kind of could be like I guess like there's a different theory of like the cell being a machine for DNA to use. Like like the cell basically is under control of DNA, and like
Hmm.
DNA is just basically living thing. But basically he kind of like I think he or they sorry they kind of push back against that theory and saying basically everything's working together in one big like orientation or like I guess like what he said about some organisms like he said basically everything's organized. So that's what
Hmm.
they're saying basically in the 1800s. So they thought like living things were organized in one fashion. That's why we call it organisms because we're organized in one fashion compared to a table or a computer or a floor or yeah any a desk whatever. We basically are organized in such a way that we're living versus things are organized, but they are organized in a way which they are not living. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No, totally.
yeah.
Did you like the conversation about like they were looking at like a fire,
Oh yeah, yeah. Like the fire in some a storm, some different. Those other things, other fire. Other let me see.
yeah. He was basically giving the example of things that seem like they have the qualities of living
Uh,
organisms,
oh,
but like
it was fires, hurricanes, and stars.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, and he was basically like, these things look like they from a certain perspective, they look like they might be able to be considered organisms,
yeah,
but they're not because and then that's where it kind of starts getting a little hard. So obviously he says that I think the key distinctions that he points out are that they're, like you said, they're organized, but they're self-organizing. So
yep, yep,
living things like cells organize themselves and reproduce themselves, but fires don't. They just kind of consume like fuel and oxygen. Um, and then they said they're also self-producing and world constructing. And that part's where it starts
oh,
getting
well,
like I think
yeah.
pretty like yeah, like interesting but also pretty difficult. Like what does that mean that a
Like
cell is
yeah,
like world constructing? And then the
That's
last thing
yeah.
that he says is they generate historical lineages by reproducing and evolving. And I thought that was interesting, like the idea that life has like a history to it.
Yeah, basically, so life is historical. It's historical.
Hmm.
In the end of the chapter. So
Yeah.
life is like a summit. Life is an inherently historical or historic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of that? I
Mm.
think at some point he says like nature is historical or like nature has a history and we need to understand that like nature has a history if we want to understand life.
Yeah. That's makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that perspective? Or I guess like how do you
Yeah. Like I guess
interpret that?
like you said, living things or nature has history or um I guess that's kind of like right because basically like, we like things evolve from the past forms. Like
Hmm.
there's only a history between life before things happen, before evolution, and like after evolution. Like there's a lot of things that happened in like those like millions of years of evolution.
Hmm.
I guess basically the things that happen on a lot of things change on a cell type, cell things, even up to like populations. Like yeah, I think that that's pretty fair to give life or like nature a really like historical like lens or historical being compared to like I don't know something more like yeah. I guess
Yeah.
it's a thing that grows. It basically grows and adapts. Grows and adapts to different obstacles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That makes sense because like if we look at a fire for instance, it's like um a fire happening now is kind of no different than a fire happening like 2 billion years ago or something like that. Like
yeah.
it's just combustion. But
Yes, reaction. Oh,
life 4 billion years ago looks way different than like life today. And
yeah,
that's
exactly.
because
Yeah,
like it always builds upon the previous level
previous.
of
Yeah, level. Yeah, yep.
complexity achieved. Yeah.
Yeah. So always going based on the history of this past. Based on the past, things it goes from the previous form of its thing. Yeah. So that's but I think that makes a lot of sense why life is could be historical compared to
Hmm.
like a fire or a storm, but these things is
Yeah.
always going adapting to different things. It's going based on its previous form. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. Cool. Um, what else did you notice or think was interesting?
Definitely the face thing, the face is something that's very abstract, but
Yeah.
I think he was one thing that I did enjoy. Basically, said like life cannot. Well, what phase basically is basically a phase system, a phase space, right? Phase space,
Phase
the
space, yeah.
space that can be. I think probably you can explain it better, but I think like space that can has all the possibilities of a thing in it. Um, it's all because basically already like the events of a thing already been happened already. So, but life is kind of like different. It's more abstract because basically life is always evolving, changing, from different stimuli, different factors. So life is not really that we I guess like predictable. I guess can we predict life in that
Yeah.
same orientation or same fashion? And therefore, life is more like you can't contain to one space because the events of life is totally different from one can think or one can predict. Um, Even because I think no one pretty predicted like I think no one could pretty predict evolution like evolution was a totally abstract event like it was like it's totally crazy like no one can expect like a fish to like merge to a human being or something like that like yeah like that's something that you cannot predict so definitely why it's so like
Right.
can we put it in a space the phase space yeah
Yeah.
yeah yeah
Yeah. No, I think that's a good way to look at it.
yeah
So I've talked, and I think I gave you this example actually,
mm,
of the three body problem, and he
yeah
actually
yeah
talks about it in this chapter, and he says that,
mm,
or I'll just explain it really quickly. If you have three bodies of relatively equal mass and space, and you put them kind of in orbit of each other, it's like impossible to predict their motion because of
yeah
all the different. It's just such a stochastic system at that point that you literally cannot predict it.
yeah yeah yeah
However, the thing that I failed to acknowledge every time basically that I gave that example before is that the motion of those bodies, it's still deterministic, right? So even though we can't literally mathematically predict the exact um, behavior of those bodies in motion, right? We still like it still could theoretically be mathematically predicted because the pathways that they take are deterministic. It's just gravity and mass.
Yeah, because yeah.
That's it.
Motion is basically can be like broken down to laws of physics, laws of being. So
Yeah,
most things, yeah.
right. But life is not that
But
way.
yeah, life is not that structured. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
like you put I mean I correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of heard you saying, or like at least how I would interpret what you were saying is like you put three bodies in space and you or like two or whatever, maybe you can kind of determine their behavior a little bit, but you put a bunch of cells in water on a planet and it's like you have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So life is not that simple. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this, I think that's what they're trying to get at in that chapter, in that like phase-based paragraphs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
what did you think of that overall? I'm reading there was a section here that they said what makes life different, open-ended evolution. Um I think that idea of evolution being open-ended is
Yeah. Because it's definitely open-ended, but I guess it's also a good thing. I mean, that's one of the ways that can like differentiate life versus things that are non-living things. Like I guess one of the factors, like yeah, it's open-ended. It cannot be predicted. It's like very abstract. So I think it's a great discussion to kind of try to discern living versus non-living things in nature. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Um, and I think it's for me anyway, it was kind of a hopeful message.
yeah,
Like if you I kind of saw it as like it can translate not just to like how we understand life biologically, but like in terms of how we actually experience it.
yeah,
Because I
yeah,
think we do have this very like, life is just go to work, pay taxes, work for your corporate overlord and then die.
yeah.
It's like,
Special,
well,
but special, unique and
if we
special.
look at biology
Yeah,
and we are a part of biology,
yeah,
like
yeah,
there is no set, oh, it's like this or it's like that. It
mhm,
is open-ended. And so we do have like a choice. Um
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
that's how I interpreted it.
Yeah. Me too. Like it's more yes, open ended. It can be changed. I mean, there's no really can be predicted as you can predict storms, rain, floods, or storms, or like whatever. He said like hurricanes, whatever, stars.
Hmm.
Because they're pretty organized, but they cannot be. They're like cannot be. They can be predicted based on laws of physics and laws of nature, laws of
Hmm.
like things that we humans can predict or make it a system. But life you cannot. No one can predict like life forms or like how life can like grow and like I mean, maybe now you can, but like, because I'm not sure this. I think evolution is. I'm not sure. Evolution may have stopped, but like, I don't know. I don't know, but like,
I don't know,
basically,
man. I think it's
yeah,
always going, you
well, it's
know?
going on, yeah. So like, I guess like in the frame of like things like, I guess it's always going because like, I mean, because it happens over like millions of years. So we probably can't even like think about it because we live in a very very short amount of time compared to evolution. So.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I guess like yeah, I mean, who knows what humans be like in like many years, or if even have Earth at that time. I forget now. I don't
Yeah.
even have
Dude,
Earth. Yeah,
the human species right now, from what we know, is only like 300,000 years old.
yeah. So what to
Homo
be?
sapiens.
Yes. So like yeah. Homo sapiens. So yeah, that species of humans. Yeah. So pretty much very young species. But I think it'd be good to see like what happens over the next million years, or in the next, I guess like just over the next 300,000 years, like what people look like. But
Yeah.
I can't predict that. I mean, I guess like yeah, all ends like we think it's stopped because we living in the same thing, same period of time, but we're not changing. But like over like eons or eons, eons, whatever.
Yeah.
Things started to change. So, but yeah, no one can predict what's going to happen. So that's why life is not can't really put it into a phase space, as I say. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah. I was reading this other book called What We Owe the Future, and it's a book on like moral philosophy, and it's basically saying like, I mean, it's not really hard. He's basically just like we should do actions now that impact the future in a positive way.
yeah,
And he
yeah,
was saying like, I mean, and he wasn't even looking at it from this perspective of biology, but he's like, we are very like plastic as a species right now because we are so young, and
yeah, definitely,
the changes we make now could impact the future like
definitely,
dramatically.
exactly, like a huge ton, exactly. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, what do you think about epigenetics in this conversation? Do you think there's something to be said about that here? Or
Definitely,
do you think that's
yeah, because basically, I mean, definitely environment factors like stress or environment factors based on diet or just age or stress or just anything can kind of affect on our gene expression over time, and that can definitely have an effect on our future generations. I guess like yeah, like the basically with the way how epigenetics works is like it's very diverse, and no one can know what's going to happen because like different genes turn on and off. No one knows what will happen. And certain genes are on and off at the same time, or some genes are on all the time. Like what happens is the gene always on, um, and that can kind of give like different rise to different feel or different like I guess diseases or just like I'm not sure what exactly, but
Mhm.
I guess that's why like why like human like nature is like or even like I guess like biology or organisms is kind of hard to predict. It's like even things like mutations or like epigenetics can happen, like different differential gene expression can happen, and that can rise to a lot of different things that no one could we predict. I mean, people try to predict it, but no for sure. Um, but I think like basically that's really one way that can like really change, really make things really not easy to predict um,
Mhm.
in the future. So that's why it's always changing like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, awesome.
yeah.
Um, cool. Let's move on to I wanted to get your take on and I didn't send this one in advance, I'm sorry, but
Oh,
there's
yeah.
this one section where he says living is sense making in precarious conditions. And I was curious
Living in sense making precarious like okay,
conditions.
condition. Okay.
So basically I think what he was getting at is yeah, it's not even in like a philosophical sense, but it's like um
Hmm.
biologically like organisms make choices within their
Yeah,
environment.
yeah. Like things are people things are like organism. They adapt and change to the environment. So
Yeah.
that's why I guess like like organisms try to make sense of the environment, try to survive or make sense of their current environment to survive. So I guess that's like does make sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah. He was, and you probably know these you're probably more familiar with these, but he said there's chemotaxis
Mhm.
where
So
cell
move,
like
yeah,
moves towards something
yeah.
like food or
Little source or something.
something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah, and then there's another one where it like moves away from something basically.
like danger or kind of like danger or kind of or things that are not good for its health. I guess things are not good for its survival. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it moves toward things that are good for survival. It moves away things that are bad for its survival. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And so and from his perspective, he's like, well, this is sense making because it's taking these different factors in the environment and it's making like a choice based on those.
yeah,
Like
choice. Yeah, yeah,
it's not like there's just sugar over here and then it just like passively moves over there and there's fire over here or something and it just passively moves away from the fire. It's like, oh shit, sugar good. Me move towards that. I don't know, maybe
yeah,
that's how cells talk. Fire
yeah.
bad.
But the
Me
move
move away from that.
Yeah,
Like
people
I
bad. Yeah.
I think that's what he means by world building or world constructing,
Oh yeah, it makes sense because
thing like that.
basically like if you look on a very like on a larger scale, like people we make decisions that can kind of build societies. Like I guess like you want to like have a society near like I guess like or I guess you can basically you can't have a society in I guess like Antarctica, like kind of like Siberia or like Antarctica because it's too cold. Like it's too cold, so you can't really have life there. But
Hmm.
you move towards mostly like kind of center of the equator, you have sunlight, you have warm temperature that can grow things. Therefore, you can have like a very like you can have like more sustainable environment. Sustainable cities can grow because you have food, stuff. So I guess
Yeah.
humans, I guess they do basically make choices based on like our conditions, and that can basically help build the world into different things. Like, I guess I don't know, like survival things. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless you want to eat penguins all day or something.
And that was close, but so, but yeah, yeah. So that's why I think that's same, maybe like basically like choices based on what's good for the survival of the species or survival of the cell that can go survival of the whole populations. Yeah. So cell to population survival can
Yeah.
kind of basically why it's making like world based decisions because like cell moving away from things can actually be a good thing and basically like us humans can move away from one thing that can be good for our survival. And that basically like sets up the whole world being world structures because of like choices or decisions based on like current conditions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I so I think this gets into a discussion of like intelligence, kind of like we were talking about last time uh
Yeah.
with Nick. Now, I thought that was an interesting conversation, but when I was looking back on the footage when I was editing it, I was like, you know what? I actually don't think I agree with all this. So I kind of want to challenge some of the stuff that Nick was saying, and I want to discuss it with him as well.
Okay.
When I have him on, in the future, whenever that is.
Yeah.
Um, I actually do think it seems like there is some intelligence in like cells and in life that, yeah, obviously it's not like human
Yeah.
intelligence, but
But
it seems like there's something there beyond just like a machine
yeah,
being
like
programmed to do something. What
it,
do you
it,
think?
it can adapt, it can adapt and change. Like cells can adapt with their conditions. I mean, because basically they actually they know when things go bad. Because basically, when the cell knows it's kind of like is a cancer cell, it tries to like kill itself, like trying to do like a uh program cell death. Basically, they know if something's wrong. Like, they basically know what's going to happen. Like knows like something's wrong. So it's more like intelligent, like
Hmm.
machine that a machine. I'm not sure because a machine can do that too sometimes. They just know when to shut down, when to shut down, or when to go to like safe mode or whatever. But like I guess so they can kind of adapt. They don't. They're not giving orders. They kind of adapt. They kind of get. They kind of know from the surroundings, know from their experiences to do things based on learning experience. Basically, like I think basically intelligence, it has intelligence because basically it learns from future experiences.
Do you think that kind of plays into the nature has history?
Yeah, 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 exactly. That's the same thought same thought process. Because like between previous experiences, like a cell can die if it has no food. So that's why the next cell wants to just be go into a food source so it can survive.
Hmm.
So as the function of chemotaxis, you said go towards a food source or a chemical source.
It
Um,
sounds like there's like learning in
yeah, learning.
nature at like a very basic
Yeah, basically
cellular level.
adapting or learning from future from past experiences. And I also do think that's some form of intelligence, right? If you learn things and you adapt to it, you have something as more than machine. I think so. Yeah,
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 but at the same time, here I want to go to the quote at the end of it because I think it kind of summarized the whole thing really well. Um, so he ends with I don't know who Kaufman is, but they said we end with Kaufman's words, and they're talking about life. This vast emergent becoming is beyond physics, yet based on it.
yeah.
This is life constructing itself and enabling its own vast evolutionary diversification here and on any biosphere in the universe. Now, we only know about our biosphere, right?
Yeah.
We
The
only
others. Yeah,
have data about Earth
yeah,
biosphere.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but I find it very compelling because well, the main thing was getting at was the is beyond physics yet based on it. And then kind of like you were saying, like it seems like a machine too, but also it doesn't seem like a machine because like yes, it's programmed to do certain things, but it can make decisions of its
Yeah,
own accord, and it can it can learn from
learning previous. Yeah,
previous decisions.
yeah. I think basically, like you were saying, like is what you said is based on physics. I guess he's meaning basically that the biology does life does follow the laws of physics. So it
Of
doesn't follow
course.
physics basically. It does follow the like everything follows the laws of physics. Like life does not disobey or kind of like does not like I guess like go.
Yeah.
It does. Everything's explained by physics, but like the choices, the way, actually the way it uses physics is different from other studies. Like it's different how the way to use physics, right? So how we
Hmm.
to learn new things, how to make new things from passing. Because like, I mean, of course, like matter is no created or destroyed. That's really is the case with biology. Even we go things like when we die, we're still here, like in different form. Like nothing really like releases itself from the universe. It's just different form, right? So
Yeah.
I guess like saying basically like
If you cremate a body, you're still gonna have all the same amount of
matches.
matter
Yeah, matter. Yeah, yeah. It's just nothing really like goes from no matter. So like matter is still being so
conserved.
conserved, but it's there's a way it's being conserved. The way it's being like used in a way is kind of more abstract than other sciences, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's basically what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
because basically it's using its own evolutionary diversification here to I guess, man,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
things
but
doing
then
yeah, its own
like
thing.
he's saying, it's also beyond life. Like it's not just like, oh,
Uh,
here's two cells and then gravity attracts them, boop, and then
yeah,
that's it.
yeah,
No, maybe like one of the cells like, hey, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like,
yeah,
no, like give me food or I'm gonna take over your I don't know. I don't know what cells do. But yeah, like basically it's based on deterministic systems like gravity and you know,
yeah. Gravity
laws of
and
Brownian motion, even though
those,
that's not deterministic.
those are still basically like followed by basically they all do follow all the physics laws of physics. But basically
Mm.
the things how they use them is like how they adapt is always only different like sphere or only different kind of way that is not really known by like, kind of like a more like it's more I guess it's more abstract I guess than other sciences like I guess
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you think about that? There was another section called what's it called? Organisms are not machines. And I feel like this is a very like prevailing narrative in science of like we're all just machines and like life is basically just kind of like computer work and clockwork. And I don't know, maybe that's kind of how you were trained as a biologist and maybe like
Yeah, I mean like
you part of you thinks that to a certain extent. But yeah, like what do you make of that idea kind of having the last discussion we've had, but then also like with this one as well?
yeah.
You feel
Yeah.
like that model of organism as being a machine, do you think it's adequate? Do you think it's fully right, half right,
I
some
mean,
true, some not true?
it does have some. I guess it does like it does operate machine in some ways. Definitely, just like it's always
Okay.
when everything's moving, everything's going. We have
Yeah.
processes that need to be happening, like DNA replication, protein synthesis. Those are machine look kind of like a processes that are kind of really like all those machine. Everything is coming together to make one thing possible. Um,
Yeah.
I think it could be like I think the way
I want to hold on. Can I share a video?
yeah.
I saw this on Instagram. Maybe it's not that clear. No, god damn it. Focus. Ah, not only is it gonna focus.
Just focusing.
Okay.
I
Uh,
think the background thing. Yeah. Wait. Oh yes, yeah. I see it. That's yeah.
bro, what is that?
That's the one that the show was in first semester of biology in freshman year. That's the diamond motors.
Diamond
Uh,
movers?
diaminin is a protein that kind of that's a protein that goes back and forth.
Bro,
Basically the thing is on is called microtubule. Basically, it carries cargo. It carries things across cells. So again, like it's it costs like this kind of machine, right? Kind of like machine. Like it's kind of like always moving, functioning. Uh,
dude, that looks like a freaking robot or
yeah,
something.
yeah. It's basically it's a protein. It's a protein that goes back and forth like that. Yeah, yeah,
Damn, dude,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that like literally how okay, and this is what I'm saying. And
yeah,
like you don't even need because kind of the other alternative here is creationism. You know, God created
yeah.
the earth, God created the heavens and whatever. Well, I mean, that's fine if you believe that, but I don't. And
Same.
to me it's like okay, so that's kind of off the table, right?
But yeah,
Um,
yeah, but that's off. But it's still kind of crazy how that happened. Like how is this so like perfect?
yeah.
So perfect.
Dude,
But
and so to me, as someone who is not a specialist in biology, I see, okay, there has to be some form of intelligence there. Maybe not our own, right? But like, how do you get that from just like if it's just a complete if it's a system that's completely devoid of
like
memory, of intelligence, of
yeah, yeah. So it's definitely intelligent because it can makes you make can make. I guess like after it knows how to do things, I guess it can make things more automatic. I guess, but after it learns it, like I guess at
Mhm.
first it's kind of like at first it's more abstract, but actually once it knows how to do the things, it's more automatic. I guess like it's a cell is basically organized as a thing that can have its own like non-machine properties, like this adaptation. But the process that I use is basically more machine-like. I guess it makes sense. Like that's a machine-like thing, but the whole entire cell is not machine-like. But like the processes that it uses to survive are machine-like. I guess like that makes sense.
To kind of like rephrase their quote, it's almost like we're based on machinery, but we're also beyond machinery. Like our human existence is like, or even just our biological existence is beyond machinery because
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah, yeah,
can learn
yeah, yeah,
like both our bodies and our minds.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's basically mine is more. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of difficult. Yes. Like I guess like once you learn a thing, it's more automatic to us. Like even like learning the like I guess like somehow I don't know, somehow the cell learn how to do that, learn how to move towards things. But like after learn how to do it, it's kind of like it's like more machine like. It's more machine like at the point. It's more automatic, but
Mhm.
it's still like I don't know. That's just kind of I don't know. Very hard to like explain for sure. Yeah,
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 yeah, cool. Dude, yeah, that thing, I don't even know. That thing
yeah.
looks so crazy to
Yeah,
me.
of course, they show everyone like your freshman year of MCD. They show that video to you your freshman year of college MCD class.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
dude,
yeah,
like, okay, just think about how long it would take humans to create something that complex.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And that's with our big brains. And then
Yeah.
nature somehow did that without our big brains.
No, like because it's very like it knows it
She's
has its
like,
own.
don't ask me, man. I wasn't there.
Yeah, like nature, like even the cell has its own. Like it definitely has intelligence. Like it can think things through. It can like change processes. It basically knows when the DNA is damaged. DNA is damaged. It kind of there's a
Mhm.
self suicide thing. Like when you have a biggest DNA kind of mutation. So when that happens, like okay, that's just like that's just I'm going to just die because I don't want to become a cancer cell. So I just die right here. So it kind of
Damn.
it knows basically what's happening, but it's just yeah yeah
Yeah.
yeah yeah
Um, yeah, okay, interesting. It sounds like there's like some altruism there
yeah
almost.
yeah
I mean,
yeah
not like again, and I don't want to keep repeating myself, but like not literally in human terms, but like it does kind of seem like that, right? Like,
yeah
oh,
yeah
I'd rather die than infect the rest of the
yeah.
organ or the cells
Cancer
or whatever.
but you cancer cell and that cancer spreads to the yeah it does have some thought as a thought for sure yeah yeah
Yeah,
yeah yeah
yeah.
yeah
Like at a cellular level.
Sea level yeah exactly yeah
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
imagine being a cell. Like, what would your
yeah,
existence be like?
yeah, it's doing a lot of things. Like things happen, a lot of things happening at the same time. Like it's crazy. Yeah, it's
That'll
crazy.
be your thesis. What's it like to be a cell?
Yeah, yeah, that'd be crazy. Yeah, yeah, dude. I have to go, but like, dude, this is awesome, bro. It's awesome as always.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And I think we covered pretty much everything as
Uh,
well
yeah,
that I had
yeah,
sent.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, thanks for coming on, man. It was a great
Yeah.
discussion, and looking forward to having you back again.
Yeah, so maybe oh, do you wanna I think you say you wanna read the next one's be Narby? Narby? Do you wanna read
Oh,
that? We went over that one already.
no, we decided against it.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I think there's better books that he's written.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
I definitely plan on reading him in the future.
yeah, yeah.
But
No, I was
yeah,
always yeah,
if you have any recommendations too,
yeah,
just let me know.
online that yeah, I can find yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
I actually do have one that I was thinking of that kind of plays into it's Entangled Life by Merlin Sheldrake. It's about mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's basically like the mushrooms basically like how it helps evolution of humans or just basically just about mushrooms itself.
Um, Both. He talks about that a little bit.
Yeah, no, no, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but the main yeah, actually that'd be kind of fun to talk about. That one's a bit more speculative, but the chapter that I really wanted to talk about was he has this idea of like symbiotic relationships in nature, and I think he focuses on lichens, and it's basically like you have an algae and then you have a fungus, and for a long time they used to think that lichens were like just a single organism, but that they like kept researching. They're like, oh shit, this is actually like an algal cell and a fungal cell like combine, and
Mm,
they make like a new organism basically. So it's like two different species, but it's just one species.
okay. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I'll read it. Is it yeah, no. Yeah.
Cool, cool. All right, well, looking forward to that, and yeah, let's do this again soon.
Yeah. Okay. All right, see you guys. See you.
Cool. All
Bye.
right, bye guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Peace.